Howdy everyone, and welcome back to this tutorial series. In the previous video, we solved one of our performance issues regarding overfetching, namely like prior to getting the slugs only, we were getting all the jobs and then filtering only the slugs, and that was a big improvement. But we still have one improvement to do in the get static props function this time. Basically here, get static paths is returning all the slugs that we need to generate the pages, and for each slug we fetch all the jobs before eventually filtering and getting the specific job that we need that is that has the same slug, right? As you can see, each time we generate a page, we are overfetching. Let's say we had 100 jobs in the database. For each page that we generate, we first need to fetch. We first need to make a query to Contentful to get all those jobs, all 100 of those jobs, and then only render the one that is relevant. That's super inefficient. So let's fix this by creating a function that's going to send a query to Contentful to get only the job that has the slug that we need. So we're going to do that in our function here called in the data layer. So let's do that right now. So let's export a function. Let me close the terminal. Let's export a function called get job by slug. Okay, const get job by slug async, and it takes one parameter slug like this. And by the way, I like to have my parameters as objects. Okay, you don't necessarily need to do that, but I think you can have it like this, but by default I tend to use object parameters. It makes the code, like if I want to add an attribute later on, it makes it a lot. It's a convention that I use, and it works very well for me. Okay, so the query that we want to do, const found, okay, await client get entries, like we do. Content type, as always, is the job, right? We want to get the job, sorry. And then the next thing we want to do is how do we tell Tailwind that we want to fetch a job with a particular slug? Well, it's by adding the attribute slug fields.slug to our query, and that's what we're doing here, like this. Okay, and then once we have that, we want to do some at length, okay, just to make sure that if we find nothing, okay, we return null. And if we do find something, what do you want to do? Well, we want to get that job, okay, found items .0, well, and then we want to return that, right? So that's what we're going to do here. Oops, sorry, it's not Python. So return job. Well, should we do this? No, actually we want to do job reducer. Remember, you don't want to return the raw thing as it comes out of Contentful. We want to return the past version of the job, right? Let's see if this works. It won't work because of something that I will show you later on. So if I click here like this, it works. If I click here, it works. Okay, if I click here, it works. You see, we're fetching the jobs. And oh, one sec, I'm not using the function yet, so let's use the function first. I'm ahead of myself, so let's use the function. So let's do import get job by slug. Okay, so get job by slug, and where do we want to use that? We want to use that here. Okay, so instead of doing all these things like this, well, we want to do this like this. So await get job by slug, and we want to pass in the slug question. All right, and that's it. Let's refresh. Well, we have an error. What is going on? Well, the reason is because now this is a nested query. We need to tell Tailwind, Contentful, that we are basically, let me explain what's happening here. We have the logo is a nested attribute, and in Contentful, Contentful by default doesn't necessarily fetch nested references, what they call links, right? So you need to add let's fix the issue first, and then I'm going to show you in the documentation of Tailwind. It's basically you tell that you want to include the nested elements up to the second level, okay? And if you do this and we save, you click and refresh, you see the issue is gone, right? And we are fetching successfully. So let's do a quick search. Contentful include, okay, include yeah, let's see, I think it's here somewhere, here, include, right? So basically this include, I recommend you have a look at this. Basically it tells the depth when you're fetching nested elements. As you can see here, the max that you can put is 10, but that's the issue that we had. So if I go back and I comment that out and I remove this line, okay, I save and I refresh, you see we can't retrieve and we have an issue with the logo, because logo is a nested attribute, right? And by default the query will just limit itself to non like actual attributes, not necessarily nested attributes. So that's why we need to add this this attribute here, include to say that we want to fetch nested attributes up to the second level, and when we do that it works, okay? And with that we have solved the second performance issue. So now here we have a function that only fetches the job that's relevant based on the slug value. And with that we have reached the end of this video, and I see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.